to look at what else we can do with position passes, I'm going to bring in some stock footage. Now, I can't supply this as it's not my property, but it is being given away for free by this very generous man, Mitch Martinez, and his website, mitchmartinez.com. So you can download this or a similar piece of footage, or if you have your own piece of smoke footage, you can follow along. I've taken the footage, I've transcoded it to a target sequence because MP4s are not always great fun to work with in Nuke. And I've just retimed it and graded it, so we have this. Now, a common problem with smoke footage is it hits the top of the screen. Now, I really wish more people would put the footage up higher, put it in a bigger frame, but never mind. So I've just rotated it, and obviously this shape is too harsh. So what we need to do is feather that in by a bit. There we are. So now we have some smoke, and what we're going to do with this smoke, we're going to put this smoke and have a smoking gun. So the way we can do this is with a card. I'm just going to make a new card. Put this one away. So I'm going to make a card. Now a card, like all geometry, even in Maya, has lots of polygons. The less it has, the faster it will run. So change it from rows and columns to 8 and 8 to 1 and 1. We don't need to cast shadows or receive shadows. It's just going to literally play the footage. Connect that there. So now what I have is my scene with our position to points and my card. So if I find the gun, if I look through the camera, it'll be a little bit easier. So there we are. So we found the gun. So now we need to find our card. Now what we can do is we can change this to vertex selection. That's in this little menu here. So there's camera, this little picture of a camera, and here we have vertex selection. So you can grab some vertices. Unfortunately, it loses the preview when you do that, but never mind. And within the card node, I can just hit this button, match selection position. That will put the card more or less in the same place. Let's change this back to node selection so we can see what we're doing. So now, and just to check where my card is, I'm going to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to make a grid node so that my card is carrying a grid. Where is my card? But there it is. So it's very, very small. So what I need to do is make it bigger. And this is why it's really handy to have a 3D view, because putting it in perspective, you could make this bigger in 2 dimensions, but it might not be the right distance, and then it won't move with your camera. But having the scene here, or some kind of, even a basic representation of the scene, means that I can place this at the correct point in 3D space. Now, of course, here I'm just putting smoke on the end of a gun, and for final it would need quite a bit more comp work. But this could also be, if you have a CG castle and you had some guards shot on green screen, for example, you could put them in the correct space with this exact same technique. So what I do then is I switch off the position to point, so that's essentially just a reference. And what I get is a render of the card. Obviously I can switch off the grid now, don't need that. And I'm going to screen that over my render. So there we are. And we're going to play it through. And let's just make it full screen. So now we have a smoking gun. Obviously we would like to perhaps put the glass back on and have it refracting through the glass. These are a few comp tricks to do that. But we have it in the right position, playing along, and now we have a smoking gun.